Welcome dear all. We have already studied about land. Today we will be doing a bit revision of what we've studied in the earlier video. We have studied about land as a resource. Land is among the most important natural resource. It covers up to only 29% of the earth's surface, and all parts of the land are not habitable, as we have studied that it is covered by oceanic area, seas are there, it is covered by forest, and some of the lands are not hospitable to live. The uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristics of land and climate. This is what a short brief about land we have studied. Then we studied about land use. We all know that land can be used in multiple ways. Land is a natural resource, and a piece of land can be useful for many activities, for agriculture, forestry, mining, building, houses, roads, and setting up industrials is called land use. So it is actually based on the human being, on how a human being want to use the particular piece of land, whether to draw a building or whether to draw a house. Next is what we will be studying today is degradation of soil or degradation of land. Now, when a land or a piece of land is overused by human beings or overused by the activities carried out by human beings, the land and the soil on the land gets degraded, which is, in a simple meaning, we can say its fertility gets reduced. Soil erosion and depletion are the major threats to soil as a resource. Both natural factors can lead to degradation of soil. Factors which lead to degradation are deforestation. One of the main reasons is deforestation, because of which land gets degraded. Overgrazing, when grazing is done in an extensive manner, again degradation takes place. Overuse of chemical fertilizers and pesticides also lead to degradation of land. Overexploitation of land resources and concretization causes land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, desertification, which are the major threats to environment. Coming on to the land degradation refers to the decline in productivity of cultivable land or forest land. Generally, land degradation results from unsuitable and unscientific land use. This paragraph explains us about that land degradation refers to the decline in productivity of cultivable land. A land is actually fertile, but when its quality is degraded, it declines the level of productivity, and so it creates unsuitable and unscientific land use. So that particular land cannot be further used for big productivity purpose, because its soil or the land gets degraded. Some factors responsible for the degradation of land include excessive exploitation of land, deforestation, clearing fertile land for settlements. People are nowadays clearing land areas. Deforestation is taking place only to build houses over there, to construct new buildings over there, new hotels over there. Slash and burning the trees for agriculture, mining activities, and other industrial influence and concretization. New industries are being set up in the land area. We all know that land is a natural resource, and it is a limited natural resource. We cannot have extras from somewhere else. But only thing is how we can conserve it. So, conservation of land resource take parts into to ensure that the natural resources are not depleted and to maintain ecological balance. The present rate of degradation of land must be checked. That means we are not overusing it. We are not putting more fertilizers which is not required in it. Afforestation should be there. Unnecessary, people should not cut down forest area for their own use. Land reclamation should be there. Regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. Planting of shelter belts. Controlled mining and checks on overgrazings are some of the common methods to conserve land. So how can we take conservation of land resource in use? Some of the very common points are: do not cut the forest unnecessarily. Regulation should be there to check whether chemical pesticides and chemical Fertilizers are not put onto it in extra basis. Controlled mining should be there. Over mining activity should not be there. By doing some such activities, we can conserve our land resource, and so the fertility of soil can be maintained. The next what we will be going to study in this is soil profile. So we have 0 horizon, or you can say O horizon, E horizon, E horizon, B horizon, C horizon, and R horizon. Coming on to the explanation about topsoil, the very first one which we can say is the soil profile is different in different places. The main layers or the horizons in the soil are, if you go according to what is the main layer, we have actually 4 main layers. The very first is topsoil, then it is subsoil, then parent material, and then bedrock. This we have also studied in 7th standard. It is just a short recap of what we have studied. Now topsoil, which is the very first one, this layer is dark in color, has a fine texture, has a high content of organic matter, and is vital for plant growth. So topsoil is very important, because of which growth cannot take place. Then we have subsoil. This is the layer just below the topsoil, and it consists of sand, silt, clay, sometimes a thicky material, but has only minor amounts of organic matter. Organic matter is very less in it. Coming to the third layer, it is the parent material. This horizon usually consists of unconsolidated rock material, from which A and B layers have been formed. So these 2 layers are actually a part of parent material. As you can say, by the name suggests, parent material, A and B are the topsoil and subsoil are the children of parent material. This zone has no humus, nor does it have any soil structure. The fourth one is bedrock, that is R or D, whatever we say. This layer lies at the same depth below the sea horizon and consists of solid rock. So actually, whatever we see by our eyes, we know that it is a soil. Fertility of the soil is there to grow the crop. But actually, fertility of the soil depends on the horizon of the soil. And so there are 4 profiles into which the soil horizon is divided. The first one was soil, that is the topsoil, A layer, which is dark in color and which is deep beneath, and it is vital for growth. Means very important. Then subsoil, which is consisting of silt, sand and clay. Then parent material, which is actually the bigger one and consists of big rocks and material. And bedrock, which has some depth below the sea horizon and consists of solid rock. Soils in India. Now if we talk about soils in India, there are so many different soils found at different states in our country. But the different soils of India we will be studying in our next class. Till then, go through the notes once again. Thank you.